Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shoutcasting Dota 2, where I shoutcast Dota 2 matches. Some of them might be live, most of them aren't going to be. Because I'm not always on Dota 2, so I don't get to just be like, oh look, so-and-so is playing a game. I'm going to shoutcast it. So, most of the time, I'm just gonna, take a shit. So here we have 3 of my friends in one game. I like that. Popcron, Aphex, MG4R. And then they got 2 randoms, I guess. So a bunch of, looks like kanji symbols that probably means something really deep and lovely. And valuable and relevant. And you got sexy dog. It's probably actually what those symbols mean. Now that I think about it. Either that or they mean Hitler. I don't know. I can't think of many reasons as to why someone would have those symbols and be playing on the American servers. Unless they're literally close enough to do that in their land of origin. So here's the picking screen. You can't really use these squares in the center here. You gotta look up top. Looks like we got a Dragon Knight there. And a Jakiro for the other team. Jakiro is high CC, high harass, high damage. Lots of DOT. Good area control. Someone picked a Juggernaut, an interesting choice. Lycanthrope. Definitely a high DPS melee carry. His ultimate allows him to split into 3 bad boys to beat up the other bad boys with. Third pick is a lone druid. Pretty popular in the international that Alliance won. I predicted that Alliance would win. Oh, we got a lion in there. Lion, great CC, and his ultimate is basically a more powerful version of the Dagon. We've got Windrunner and Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight, a very popular ban, and was also on a lot of winning teams in the international. And Puck is the last pick for Popcron and Greg and Aphex's team. And the last 2 picks for the other team are the Lich and the Crystal Maiden, who haven't started playing for whatever reason. I'm going to change this camera to free roam. You'll notice that the graphics are total crap. This is because, for some reason, I get extremely low frame rate in every single Source Engine game forever, and I can't figure out why, and no matter what I do, I can't seem to fix it, and until I figure something out, I'm going to have really low settings. Though it's a fucking MOBA, and it doesn't really matter if the game looks like crap. Because nobody gives a shit about these things. And everyone will say, but what about League of Legends? There's so many people. Yeah, so many people cared about World of Warcraft too. And you saw how long that lasted. So League of Legends is just going down that road. It's the fad. And it'll die. And so will everything else with it. So we got Puck in mid. Pretty standard positioning for him. He'll be laning against somebody. But I don't know who quite yet. They got the League of Legends style of play here, where you got 2 in top, 2 in the bottom, and a solo lane mid. Probably going to see someone in the jungle down here. And it looks like it's going to be the Windrunner. Does Windrunner have any wards? Yes, they do. Some aggressive warding here. Definitely wants to be able to see the jungle. Hopefully these won't be the only 2 wards ever played in the game. Though it is quite common that this happens. Not sure what plans the Windrunner has. So Puck, pretty easy to lane with. You get his Q, shoot the Q through the minions, and try to hit the enemy with it at the same time. If you can do that, bada bing, you're Doodle King. Don't attack the tower. Unless there are lots and lots of minions there. Looks like there was a fight down here, and Greg came out not too happy. I don't see the Lycanthrope. He must have... Oh, he got some pretty good harass on him, too. Big problem is harassing against a Crystal Maiden is very difficult, especially since she started with the Crystal Nova. Greg here probably forgetting how to play the game, and yep, he did, because he just stopped for no reason and died. Greg, I feel like, is going to get the worst score if that's how he's going to play in the early game, because they're just going to farm off of him. Hopefully, someone else on the team, like Puck or Popcron, can get a little bit fed here. Looks like there's another fight? No, they're just farming. It's always important to keep an eye on the map when commentating. I wish that the people who are in charge of the International's cameras did that, because they missed a lot of kills, and it was really disappointing. And you can fix that by always looking at the map. We see some big harass going on up here. Definitely went in the favor of Popcron's lane, because Jakiro is at very low HP. There might even be a kill going on down here. We see the initiation from the Crystal Maiden there, but Lycanthrope did not come up to follow up with it. Maybe could have gotten the kill. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Windrunner was outside of turret range, so we're going to see some harassment on Greg, as always, because Greg is too far extended, and he's just farming minions in a very not safe way. We're going to see the first kill for the team. It certainly is. Crystal Maiden goes down to the minions. No one on the enemy team killed the Crystal Maiden. They just did a lot of damage. We're going to see a Chaos Bolt go off. Chaos Bolt is a stun ability that has a random number between, right now, since it's level 1 and 2. So we got the better of the numbers there. The Lycanthrope Wolves, for some reason, Greg is just going to tank those. I guess his HP was too high. In this game, regeneration is very important, because you don't want to go back to base. You want to try to stay out in lane and farm. Popcron and Aphex are doing the pretty standard play here, where they will just push the lane out and then sit at the turret and hope that the enemy does not get fed enough to turret dive them. Greg here is probably forced to go back, or to at least go to the side shop over here, which is right over there. He's highlighted. And buy some healing items, because he's got a smidgen of HP left. We're going to see him get slowed here, probably get stunned and killed. Lycanthrope not going to go in and try to get this. But the Crystal Maiden definitely wants a piece here. Greg finally figuring out how to move long distances. This could be very good for him. We're going to see the Courier come out here for Popcron and Aphex, who must have gotten harassed under turret. Aphex with some CC, but it's all close range. It's his Dragon Tail. Very good for countering an attempted kill. But definitely the best CC in the lane is going to be Popcron's Earth Spike. Very long stun, and more importantly, it does a lot of damage. For some reason, the Lich here just cannot dodge that ball. And really, the best way to not get hit by the ball is to not stay near the minions. So here they're trading a little bit. It's definitely going in the Puck's favor. Looks like there was another fight down here. Not going to end up being any kills. We're going to see a whole lot of nothing, actually. Is he coming down here for another rune? It certainly looks like it. There was a fight going on up north. Doesn't look like it's going to end with a kill for either side, but c'est la vie. I did try to record this match before, but DX Tori lost all of its settings and didn't tell me that, because, you know, it's not programmed to do that, so it's not going to. And I had to re-record, so I'm going to do my best to make sure I can catch all the fights, always having an eye on the map as well as the action. Something that a lot of pro players are very adept at. I'm not a pro player, but I'm pretty adept at keeping an eye on the map and the action. I'm going to see Greg throw his life away for nothing here, and he waits until he's way too low. We're going to, maybe if the Lycanthrope had his ult, that would have been death. One Lycanthrope bolt, and that's death for you. So you have to run away way sooner than that. When you have half of your HP, it's a good time to run away, especially if you're not getting the kill. Crystal Maiden getting the last hit on Greg, who once again decides to go in with no HP and has absolutely no scope of what damage the enemy is capable of, especially the Crystal Maiden. Puck with great ward control here. And by ward, I mean rune control. Although there is a ward for their team right there. Keep an eye out for wards. Very, very, very important that your team has wards down. Sadly, there isn't a lot of warding in the enemy jungle on the opposite side. There also isn't any warding in the friendly jungle for the Dire. So, Puck going to take a free tower hit. That's a shame. Towers have pretty wide range. We're going to see Greg here trying to go in for a kill on the Lycanthrope, but he just isn't fast enough. And his shit's on cooldown, but just like what happened with the Crystal Maiden, Windrunner here going to get the last hit, and then she takes out the Crystal Maiden as well. That's going to be very good for their lane. Hopefully Greg can do something and not be useless. Supposedly, the bear is scary. And this is very true, especially if he has a Radiance. But the only people with kills are the supports on each team. And that's no good. However, it's definitely looking like it's in favor of Popcron's team. Because the Crystal Maiden has kills on the same person twice. Whereas the Windrunner has a kill on each of the lane partners, which is a much better situation in my opinion, because you've shut down two different people instead of just keeping one person behind. And yes, it is a good idea to focus the damage in the lane, but Windrunner early game is definitely a source of damage. We're going to probably see a kill here from Puck. Yep, he used his ultimate to secure that last hit. The Dream Coil, one of the best CC initiations in the game. It's kind of like a Malphite ultimate. But the stun is just a little bit, I think, longer on the Malphite ultimate. And then it kind of tries to hold you in place, and if you get too far, it breaks. And when it breaks, you're not happy. We're going to see Puck here maybe come down for a gank. Windrunner not looking at the map, staying back at the turret, playing a little bit too safe here with Puck. Puck is ahead and definitely can get kills. He doesn't have his ultimate, though. So, I don't know if I agree with his strategy here. He used his initiation maybe just to save the courier that was there. We're going to see a lot of damage go down onto the Puck here. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to save Puck. Puck's going to have to do something real crafty, and he does. We're going to see a counter initiation here from the Chaos Knight. Late Chaos Bolt, but that's going to be enough to kill him. Lycanthrope goes down to the tower, and we're going to see the Crystal Maiden come in here trying to get a kill on the two of them. And MG4R running in here, waiting for that 10-second cooldown on his little rift. But it's going to be a little bit too long. Although the Crystal Maiden is going to turn around, he should throw out that rift and have the Windrunner stun. But that's not going to happen because he's not talking to his teammate. We're going to see some more harassment coming out of the top lane here. Lone Druid all alone in his lane. I don't see Jakiro anywhere. He's in base. Is he AFK? No, he's not. He's just taking a long time to buy something. I'm going to take this slow and quiet section of the... Oh my god. Did you really get a kill, Greg? I gotta see that. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. We're going to go to player perspective and double click on Greg here. Greg is like, oh my god, I gotta get up there. Excuse me. Now I'll fight him. Now I won't use my Chaos Bolt until now. Whenever people make mistakes, I'm going to try to give advice on how you can play better as a player. And, oh, Lion getting a kill in top lane on Jakiro. That's where he was. He was dead. So, we're going to see him come out here, goes back to his support where he should be. Best combo for a Chaos Knight is to start with the Bolt. because the bolt has a chance of having a very low stun. I mean, 1 second is not enough for you to run up and hit people. So what you got to do is you start with the Chaos Bolt. If it's a high number, like 3, that's great. You just run up and then save your Rift. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a kill here. For some reason, they like to turn around and try to use a skill, and that's really not how you run away. And that's how you get a kill with him there. But just remember that if it's a high number, save your Rift. If it's like 2 seconds or lower, if it's 1 second or 2 seconds, use your Rift, pull them into you, and get as much damage as you can in that 1 second. We're going to see Lycanthrope with the revenge kill there. Not surprised. If you looked at the map, you saw he was way too far up. And you really have to learn how to fight your battles here. Popcron going to use his stun to back out here, waiting for all of his stuff to come off cooldown and hopefully to get some mana to attack with. Courier heading back. He's got a town portal scroll and a gauntlet. Puck using a rune. He's coming up from the back here. We're going to see a Puck initiation. Big damage from the Puck. This is a big gank, and Popcron and Aphex are way out of position and are reacting far too slowly. The counter initiation has already happened from the Jakiro. Jakiro putting down a lot of damage per second and takes out Aphex in the trade here. Are we going to see Puck get a little bit of an extra kill on the lone druid? No, he's going to use his ultimate to try to stay alive, but it doesn't help. He was hoping that the extra time he bought by deactivating his ultimate was going to keep him alive. Or maybe his ultimate literally ran out at that time, which is truly unfortunate. But fortunately for him, he got an assist on Puck, who died to the turret. We're going to see a big stun and ultimate from Greg here, who then gets his kill stolen because all of his stuff was on cooldown. If he had the Rift, he maybe could have rifted into them. What he really should do is invest in a Chaos Strike before leveling up his Reality Rift. Having a high Reality Rift really isn't helping him too much, because he's not using it effectively. So having those extra critical strikes, especially with his ultimate off cooldown. Oh, he uses his Reality Rift on a minion. No, he's not going to get the assist because of that. That's a shame. But the extra bonus damage from a Reality Rift is very important to understand. That's why I like to save it until after the enemy's trying to run away if I get a good stun. Because then you get in there, you get 3 seconds to pound on the enemy, and then when they try to turn and run, you Reality Rift and pull them in, and then that bonus damage is usually enough to get that last hit in. We're going to see Puck try to come in and harass the Lich, but fail and then get hit with the Lich's distance harassing ability, the Frost Blast. Top lane getting pushed in again. Popcron, a very aggressive player. He turned the Jakiro into a little sheep and then forgot that the tower was hitting him. But he did know enough to know when to get out and stay alive. Surviving with very little HP. Probably should have stopped by the side shop on the way and maybe bought Town Portal Scroll or 2 and head back in, get healed up, and then teleport back to lane. But he's going to do it the cheap way and run all the way back. We saw the Lycanthrope chased his lane opponents up. Looks like Greg almost died, but he didn't die, and that's what's important. We're going to see the Dire's minions going way past the turret here. It's a great strategy to try to lure the enemy creeps past the turret so that they don't attack the turret. And they instead try to attack you, and then you try to pass off their aggression onto the minions as soon as you can. Wow, this Puck is doing a lot of damage. What the heck is he? He's got that Null Talisman. Very good item, especially in the early game and against someone as squishy as Lich. We're going to see the ball come out here. If it hit him, I think he would have easily gotten a kill here. We're going to see the Dream Coil. Dream Coil down. It's not going to be enough to get him the kill. Is Puck going to be able to get away, though? The enemy team is all over this. Jakiro trying to get him with a stun, and he should have used the ball sooner. Should have fired it up here. He wasn't going to get out to there. And if he did, it would have been death anyway. Should have went up here and ran out that way. Wouldn't have had to have waited as long for the ball to get to the location, and he would have easily survived, especially with a phase shift. We're going to see an initiation from Greg here, followed up by the Windrunner getting the last hit for him. And there's a double kill for bottom lane. Greg finally figuring out how to really take advantage of the Chaos Knight's kit. It's a shame he waited so long for these random crits. Though it's a very low crit chance, the crit damage is definitely worth it. And with his ultimate, that's basically, he splits into up to 3 copies of himself. That do full damage and take double damage. He's got a pretty good chance to kill people very quickly, even with this low crit chance. I mean, you got, instead of just a 10% chance, you've got a 30% chance, and that's pretty good. It's a pretty good crit chance. It's certainly not 50%, but we're going to see Greg hit the turret so that it attacks him. In this game, it always attacks the highest priority target. The best time to attack a turret is when there is a siege minion attacking it. Let's see the Windrunner get chased by Jakiro here. Jakiro with the big stun over the wall. Windrunner going to keep running like a Windrunner will do. And for some reason, Greg scared the Jakiro for a second and continues to fight. He didn't throw out his stun because I guess he didn't have enough mana, and he ends up just dying for free. Just a bad decision all around. If you're CC, if you can't use your CC, just look down. I mean, look. See these? If you aren't using this first, you're gonna die. The CC is what gets you kills, not your damage. Your damage is just it's kind of like an effect. It's like, oh, it's a little bit faster, but the CC is what it's all about. Your CC is basically the time limit in which you have to kill people. Chaos Knight has up to 4 seconds. And he'll, at the max level of his stun, get a minimum of 2 to play around with. We're going to see a big initiation from Puck here, and that's going to definitely end with a kill. He then teleports away to keep the Crystal Maiden from initiating on him and maybe putting down a combo or 2. We're going to see the Puck get the last hit here. Very good for Puck. Puck doing very well in this match. He did die twice, so his score is not the best on his team, but he's definitely doing very well for himself. He's getting a lot of these kills with not any deaths between them, which is very good. Now all he has to do is just stop dying, and he can really start to snowball on his own. I think he got 2 kills without dying here, which might negate those 2 deaths. I think so. Especially on the Lycanthrope. So we're going to see Greg pushing out his lane. Now, this is perfectly fine to farm with, but he has no wards in the jungle, and he needs to be looking at the map. If any of the enemy people are missing, he needs to be careful and start moving back. But he's not going to do that. We're going to see Puck take out the Jakiro up here. Probably not very exciting. It certainly looks like I'm wrong there, so we'll go back a little bit. We'll take a look. Way back to the time when... What's this? Oh, look at that. That's a button. Looks like it's a let's see that again button. I'll have to remember that button for later. At least I think that that's what that button is. We're going to see the last hit on the Crystal Maiden again. So Jakiro decides, alright, I'm going to have to defend this lane by myself. What should have happened for the enemy team here is the 3 of them should have went up to defend the lane if they really wanted to defend the lane. Lich is going to come up to back up his friend here, and that's good. But they needed the lone druid. They needed somebody else. They needed that advantage of having an extra person a lot. They really, really needed it because you've got a very fed Puck up here, and Popcron isn't doing that bad himself, and he's another big burst damage hero as Lion, so we're going to see the initiation from Jakiro here. Oh, that's where he died. He goes right in. He's going to get chain CC'd. We're going to see a lot of damage come out on him, and he's going to die almost immediately. For some reason, he said the bear is scary again, or it's just some kind of bug where I went back and it just displayed the chat again. I don't know. Crystal Maiden gonna try to defend this turret. Aphex getting some free hits on the turret, but then gets hit twice. So 2 of those free hits weren't enough for him because they weren't free, baby. We're going to see Greg go all the way up to the turret, hit it, and then take damage from the turret. And there it is. He's going to keep taking damage from the turret. I mean, I don't know if he plans... Alright, for some reason he's still trying to attack the turret. What happened there with the shiny lights was called a glyph of protection. So now he's still sitting on this turret, and he's going to die to the Lycanthrope. I mean, Lycanthrope's all about those kill steals. He all-in'd for no reason. He really didn't have to do that. He could have saved his ultimate for something better later. We're going to see Puck get another kill on the Lich. We're going to press this button and see what this does. There it is. Puck dominating. But he's going to get away here. I think I have to press the button twice. Yeah, we'll press it twice. Alright, so here's the initiation for Puck. He's going to come up from the bottom. He's going to throw down the Dream Coil. Excellent initiation. That's going to provide him with enough time and damage to kill the enemies. Good job by Puck. And then he was met with a challenge, and he gets away. You see, the fact that this is off cooldown doesn't make sense. If there was a counter ultimate from the Crystal Maiden, that would have went way differently. I don't think that the Crystal Maiden uses her ultimate ability once in this whole game. At least I don't see it. I haven't seen it used once yet. And I don't think that they're going to use it if they aren't using it yet. We're going to see a stun from the Windrunner here and a power shot for some big damage on the Crystal Maiden. And then Aphex is going to come in and try to steal that last hit, but can't outrun an arrow. But he tried. Just waiting on something else to happen on the map. You bought health potions from the secret. What? Well, healing salves do not work like health potions in League of Legends. If you take any damage while the healing salve is going off, it will be negated, and you won't be able to use damage anymore. As you can see, Popcron is not getting attacked first. This is because he is a ranged hero. Ranged heroes are very low tier targets for a turret. We're going to see a great initiation from Jakiro here. A great Gale thrown down to get him up in the air. The Gale, of course, being used by the Yule's Scepter of Divinity. It's a great initiation item. You Gale the person up in the air and then get the stun ready for right when they land. So they have no choice but to take some big damage. So, Crystal Maiden and Jakiro are all up here. I don't know what the heck these three were waiting for. They missed a big window of opportunity because they didn't continue to go in. The two melees should be in the front lines anyway. It's just basic tactics here. Popcron with a big stun. That's going to definitely end with a kill for the Puck here. Maybe even a double kill. No, Aphex stealing the kill like a boss. And there is the Jakiro going down thanks to the Chaos Knight. Puck getting neither of those kills. That's a shame. But still, a great initiation with the Dream Coil on both of them. Puck, if you watch the International, you are aware that Puck is the $1 million hero who was actually able to win the game for Alliance because he used his Dream Coil on the enemy while they were trying to teleport to base. We're going to see some fighting going on here with the only stun that the Lone Druid has going off on the Windrunner. Windrunner trying to stay in and farm, going to try to get some harass off, but the Lone Druid has a lot of HP. She really should be trying to get out of here. We're going to see a stun, but it hits the bear instead of the Lone Druid, but they're going to focus on the Lone Druid here. We've got some fast movers. They're getting in each other's way. That's a shame. We're going to see the power shot go off. He's going to try to turn around, hoping that he would run past both of them, but that just doesn't happen, and he gets downed by the Puck. We're going to see a fight going on in top lane at the same time. Greg using his ultimate way late, and Aphex probably going to get taken out here if he's not careful, but Popcron comes in to try to save the day. There's his ultimate that looks exactly like an Orchid. Not an Orchid, a Dagon. but does way more damage, over 1,000 damage at the max level, and it's level 2, so he's doing pretty good damage, 700 damage. And it only does over 1,000 damage if you have your scepter. Lion stun is better than Jakiro stun. This Jakiro, for some reason, likes very much to turn around and use his ice ability instead of just flat running away. Popcron here going to throw down his stun. Right, yep, and there it is. He's going to run and run and run, but he does not run very fast, and he's going to die, especially since he turned around there. He's going to try to maybe get the second stun off. No. Right when it came off cooldown, Popcron went down, and now he's on cooldown for 53 seconds. The good news is his ultimate will be off cooldown for the next fight. The bad news is he had no items to keep him alive. He would have needed a tango plus the magic wand to try to keep him alive while he was running away. A tango, you eat a tree and then heal over time no matter what's happening to you. Here we see a lot of core items. Oh god, except for the Dagon. I barely ever see a Dagon, especially in competitive play because it's not a very cost-effective item. I'm not trying to bash the Dagon. It's certainly a very useful item, especially when you're Puck and you're carrying. But that's just all about, that's greed. That's why he has that. He's sick of people stealing his kills. And he wants to secure those kills for himself. And the Dagon will certainly do that. The max level giving you an extra 800 damage, and it costs a butt ton to keep going. We're going to go back a little bit here. Oh, that's where the fight was. Okay. Just see where this fight is. So here's the Lycanthrope. Comes in, going with a big initiation. Aphex trying to burst him down here, but just doesn't have the damage to do it. It looks like he's got some big lifesteal. I'm assuming it's a Satanic. Is he going to get the kill on Aphex as well? What's he got? What's his... I know he's got also a Vlad's because his wolves are... Yeah, he's got a Vlad. So the Vlad's plus his damage is enough to keep him alive with 2 people attacking him at once because of those wolves. The wolves, of course, heal him as well in his attacks here because of the Vlad's. We're going to see a Gale here, and Jakiro going to try to get the kill and definitely going to get it because of that DOT, but he goes down to the Puck. That's definitely not a good trade. You don't want to be giving Puck any more kills, and they are. So Lone Druid here trying to push the lane, and his bear doesn't really have the AoE that he would need to continue. We're going to see the ultimate come up from the Lone Druid, and we're going to have to wait and see how long he can stay alive with these two poking at him. He's going to be almost out of mana. Jeez. Popcron being very aggressive with his mana grab abilities, and Puck phasing out, and for some reason everyone always just leaves the target from just going, oh, Puck disappeared, better just stop attacking and go after the other guy. I guess that they figured that Puck died, and it's too slow for them to figure out that he didn't. So Crystal Maiden ulted at some point. I didn't see it. Maybe it's just not showing up right on my screen. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but I'm assuming that she ulted in that fight based on how quick the cooldown was, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to see Puck come in here. He's going to get some harass off. He didn't hit any of his abilities that he threw at him. So the enemy will survive that fight. We're going to see an illusion rune. This is great for scouting. Sadly, they have no HP. These things, I think, do half damage. And I don't think that they take double damage. I think they take a little extra damage, but I don't think it's double. I don't think it's as obvious as double damage. We're going to see the Windrunner get attacked by the jungle here, and then the team of the enemy variety comes in and goes, oh, look, some easy farm. Popcron on a killing spree? What? He stole a kill. Popcron is a little thief. Oh, we're going to see the initiation from Puck here. Going to see no silence needed. And Popcron getting the steal. Lots of weird bugs with the chat, as that was way far back. Popcron didn't even ult or use any abilities. They just kind of stunned him and poked away. Popcron just happened to get the last hit. Popcron and Aphex are attacking the turret. They became the priority turrets because they were both attacking. And then Popcron was farming the minions instead. We're going to see some lifesteal on Aphex here. That's always good. He's got a Helm of the Dominator. Not exactly the best item for him right now. He definitely should be thinking about getting some more health. I mean, the Ogre Club is going to help him, but I would really recommend him to get more health so he can be more tanky. The team needs an initiator to help tank, to go in first and take all the damage from the enemy team and the towers especially. Popcron with 5 charges on his urn. Look at the amount of HP Sexy Dog has. Popcron, why aren't you healing your teammate? Come on, heal him. Heal him. Heal him. What are you doing? I guess he doesn't feel like healing his teammate for some reason. Popcron maybe wanted to get a kill here, but Sexy Dog getting taken out by the Lycanthrope coming in from behind. Not saying that they wouldn't have died if Popcron healed them, but it certainly would have taken a lot longer for them to go down. Going to see an ultimate from Popcron go off before he dies, which is always good. Did some good damage there, but the CC and damage from the Crystal Maiden and the Lycanthrope is just too much for the Popcron to deal with. Was it Popcron? I have to say I don't agree with how all-in this Lycanthrope is with every single kill. While I understand why he would be all in with every single kill, I just don't think it's wise. At the same time, it looked like there was a fight going on over here. Oh, that's pretty cheap. Let's see what led up to that. So here's the fight here. We're gonna see some lovely heals and a mechanism even going off to help him stay alive, and it's just not enough. Puck somehow getting in here, but still having the vision to auto-attack him a couple times. But he didn't have the vision on Puck. Don't know how that worked. Supposedly was very lucky. Lycanthrope saying, okay, well, I'll just get some wolves and we'll try to make this shit happen. Puck is going to harass from the back, and he's going to ranged attack him. He's not getting any lifesteal from hitting the turret. He's going to use his ultimate all in on this turret. There's the glyph of protection. We're going to see the counter initiation here, whereas the Lycanthrope used his initiation on the turret, and is Puck going to be able to last hit him? No, just enough regen here coming out of this Lycanthrope, who has 10.4 every 5 seconds, and it's really going up. Look at it go. I don't think that 10.4 is accurate. Looks like the Crystal Maiden was in the right place at the wrong time. Let's take a look if we can see that. Holy cow, it's so fast. They just basically melt her. She's silenced still for some reason. And there's the auto attack. We're going to see some attacks here off the both of them. And oh my god. All the damage forever. And somebody bought a Shroud. Looks like Jakiro. Always a good decision when Puck is carrying. I should see more Shrouds, especially on the carries. Like Lycanthrope. Everyone who's melee should get a Shroud, because you're going to be taking a lot of damage while you're trying to kill Puck if you don't have a Shroud. So it looks like the Lycanthrope is going for a Satanic since he's got the Helm of the Dominator, and that's really a very good item on anyone who has high DPS. And Lycanthrope has high damage and high DPS, so he can definitely utilize that. If we look at the scores right now, Popcron and Puck are doing very well when it comes to the kill to death ratios here. We're going to see the Windrunner try to get a kill on this Lich, throwing on the ultimate and missing the power shot. That's a shame. Looks like the Lone Druid decided to leave the game. He went 0 and 4, ew, and then left, double ew. Let's see what if it's different if I press the scoreboard button. He went, yep, 0-4, and then left. What an asshole. Not sure if he gave his stuff away and then left, or sold all of his stuff and then left. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like he did that. Oh man, that thing's level 2 now. That's scary. The more you see the Puck leveling up their Dagon, the scarier that Puck becomes. And at the rate he's going, he'll probably be able to fully upgrade that Dagon. And a fully upgraded Dagon on a Puck He's pretty intense. The only thing that's more scary than a fully upgraded Dagon on a Puck is a fully upgraded Dagon on a Lion, because especially with the Scepter here, if he went for a Dagon, that would be almost 2,000 free damage just with his ultimate and the Dagon. You don't even factor in the Earth Spikes damage, which is another 260, which definitely takes it into the 2,000 range. That's enough to insta-gib people. He can definitely get a kill every single fight. He can kill any squishy person with under 2,000 HP. He can insta-gib the Lich. He can insta-gib the Crystal Maiden. He might even be able to insta-gib the Lycanthrope here. Let me just take a look. Yes, he can insta-gib the Lycanthrope with a fully upgraded Dagon and his ultimate. Ah, that's so retarded. He can literally kill anyone on the enemy team. There is no one who can stand up to that. Every single one of them would die. Even the Jakiro with his resistance here. We're going to see the Lich be the mechanism builder. You only need one on your team. We're going to see the pretty standard Aghanim Scepter. On the Chain Frost ability, it will give you an upgrade, which gives it more damage. And it jumps 10 times. So if that's on 2 people, that's a lot of damage. Lycanthrope getting killed in top lane here. Looks like Greg was responsible based on how all in he was, but we'll just go back a little bit. Lycanthrope tries to run away. Let's go back a little bit. Oh, he didn't. He killed the turret, but he didn't get to the barracks. We're going to see lots of stuns. Lycanthrope trying to run away. He gets pulled back by Greg. Great combo by Greg. Probably the best play he's done the entire game so far. Great usage of his abilities. He started with the stun. He knew he wasn't going to die, so he saved the rift to use later, and it worked out. It worked out very well for him. One thing he needs to get used to doing is using his fucking magic wand when it gets to 15 charges. It's not doing anyone any favors staying at 15 charges, that's for sure. It's certainly not going to not get charged up again in the next fight, especially against this enemy team that has a lot of abilities that they like to spam every single fight. So, I mean, you don't really have to worry about leaving that thing at 15 charges, especially when your mana is so low. Those 15 charges will greatly help. 15 times 15 to your mana is a good boy. That's enough to use another Chaos Bolt if needed. Certainly enough to get Reality Rift going again. Let's see a Shroud go on to the Windrunner here. Never a bad decision. Shroud has a lot of great stats. It lets you get some extra health regeneration and 30% spell resistance. Health regeneration is king in this game, and you should do everything you can to keep it going. We've got a free silence with the Orchid there. Pretty good to get that silence. The Windrunner also built the mechanism for the team. Crystal Maiden gets a kill on Greg in bottom lane, and Lich kills Aphex because they were all the way down here. And they had no business going out that far. When you don't have vision, you don't have a right to push. Okay? It's not okay to push a lane when you can't see the enemy coming. Looks like the Lycanthrope here is going to get stunned and then stunned again. Where's the ultimate from Popcron? We're waiting on it. He's probably waiting to last hit him with it. And he's not going to use it? He didn't use his ultimate. Well, look at that. Unless that's a bug. We're going to see Puck get a kill on the Crystal Maiden here. He's going to phase out to untarget himself and then use the Blink Dagger and forget to run for a second. Oh my god, saved by the regen rune. Hello. Keeping him alive. Blink Dagger on Popcron. Not sure if I agree with that purchase. But I guess he just wanted the extra escape. Personally, I would have went into a Dagon. Like immediately. When I noticed how ahead the team was, I would start on that Dagon right after the Puck did. Get that thing built, and suddenly you've got 2 insta-gibs. You can kill any 2 members on that team literally immediately in the team fight when everything's off cooldown. Puck probably regretting not using that Dagon to secure the kill here. We're going to see Blink Dagger, and the Dagon goes off, but not enough damage to kill him. Probably because of the mechanism's regen that it gives. Mechanism is a very great item. Great aura. Gives you that extra 4 regen. And Just remember that the aura does not stack. But I do believe that the heal ability will stack, so you can heal. Like if everybody got a mechanism for some reason, you would heal all that health, and that would be pretty significant. Who's the Popcron initiation going to be used on? It looks like that ultimate's going to be on Jakiro. Jakiro up in the air, but not going to be killed. Tries to throw down the stun to try to maybe get someone to stay underneath the turret. As you can see, the Lycanthrope was here the whole time. Now, if the Lycanthrope would have noticed on the map that the enemy was going in here, he could have easily run up from here and then ran down into the lane and just wrecked them. Instead of letting them regroup just sitting in lane right now, he would have disrupted that. They would have had to go way further back, and it would have bought his team more time at the very least, and he definitely would have gotten some kills, especially with all of his shit off cooldown. Instead, the Lycanthrope is really invested in the idea of split pushing for a victory here. He's really trying very hard to get to those barracks, and I don't think it's wise. He's got the Reaver, probably going to finish the Satanic soon. We're going to see an initiation come off here. The Lich ultimate bouncing around like crazy, but not going to be getting any kills for the Lich. Puck is finally in the fight. He's going to throw his ball in. Is he going to teleport to it? Yes? No. Okay. He phase shifted and he fooled me. I thought he went over to the ball, but he did not. He's upgraded his Dagon again. We're going to see him go in here and try to get a quick kill, but it's just not going to happen. He throws the Dagon on the Lich. Is the Lich going to be able to get the kill here? No. He got silenced and couldn't do anything because of that Dream Coil. Or maybe he just was Dream Coiled and was like, nah, maybe I'll just wait. Maybe I'll wait. Aphex counter pushing the Lycanthrope's efforts here and showing himself to be quite a valuable boy in the fight. Lycanthrope saying, oh yeah, well, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to push it anyway, so fuck you. Doing tons and tons of damage. Crystal Maiden getting the kill on Popcron, who overextended. We're going to see the Lich get another kill because of that ultimate of his, and it looks like the Lich is going down next. Yes, Lich definitely going down to all that DPS coming out of the Windrunner. No doubt about that. That ultimate of hers is just too much damage to ignore. We're going to see the Courier for the Dire going way into the danger zone, and a pipe, a very good item. That's going to help with the shield it provides. It helps your people run away from a fight. Not sure what the Windrunner is doing here. Probably wishing that the stun was off cooldown. Not sure if I agree with the Windrun at this point. A stun probably would have saved him far better than the Windrun did, but the Jakiro wasn't able to get the stun off like I thought he was. If the stun hit the Windrunner would have been in big trouble, because when you use Windrun, you have no escape. If you use the stun, and then you get stunned, but you get the longer stun, you get away. You get that extra head start that you need to get away. Greg going in all the way with his ultimate. He's going to try to run away from the Lycanthrope, and I think he's going to succeed here. Throws in another Chaos Bolt and runs into him. What the hell? Greg is just going almost suicidal here, but Popcron able to help MG4R get that kill. Greg getting the kill because of his enhanced crits, getting that last hit with the extra damage that you get. However, they lost their bottom lane. But having one lane pushing in perpetually really isn't that big of a deal. It's not going to be enough to win the Radiant this game. So they really need to focus on winning another team fight. The Radiant have to pull together. They're trying to push in, and it looks like they're going to try to force a fight, but there's only two of them there, and the third one is really far back. If they get initiated on, and they do, it's going to be devastating. Waiting on some big damage here, and nothing's really happening. Gonna see the ultimate from Popcron go off here. get some extra free damage. We're going to see the Lich ultimate bouncing back and forth from everybody. Aphex with no tankiness whatsoever, taking 1,000,000 damage from that. And the Lich goes down, and the Crystal Maiden goes down as she runs away, because you can't run away from the Chaos Knight. We're going to see Puck come in here and initiate on this Jakiro and try to get the kill. Popcron securing the kill, but not stealing it, because he was right here, so he got the vision that Puck needed to throw that last hit in. Maybe Popcron wanted to try to steal it, but ended up just securing it for his teammate, which is just as useful. Let's see what Popcron is starting. Nothing. He's building nothing. He's got 1,900 gold. He's building nothing. I wonder what he's saving up to get. Only time will tell. I can't tell you what he's going to buy. He's Popcron. He's not going to do my build. We see a Mithril Hammer on the ground here. Not sure why there's a Mithril Hammer on the ground here, but there's a Mithril Hammer on the ground here. Level 4 Dagon. One more level, and you've got yourself a dangerous Puck. Just think of the damage. 800 flat damage, plus the extra break damage here. That's 1,000 by itself. Then you've got the Rift, which is an extra 280. There's 1,200 damage. That's nothing to laugh at. Puck getting attacked by the Lycanthrope here. Then he resets the Lycanthrope's target. Gonna see Popcron go in. Not seeing his ultimate yet. He's gonna morph him into a little baby. Then ultimate, and there's the Dagon for the last hit from the Puck. Good play. The Lycanthrope shut down once again in his efforts to try to push into the enemy base from another angle. Popcron and his team are doing very well to let the Puck carry. You can see that the Puck has most of the kills in this game. Greg getting taken out in his middle lane area because he's an idiot and is not playing very smart in this game. Windrunner fighting Jakiro. Not sure if I agree with the strategy here. Went upwards hoping to maybe bait the stun to go up, but instead Jakiro says, nah, I'm just going to put it down here. Activating the pipe to try to shield some extra damage here, and Jakiro says, okay, well, I'll just pop you up in the air, although I'm sure that that wasn't actually what happened. I think Jakiro's just using his items like he's trained himself to do. Going to see lots of CC coming off on the Windrunner here, just back-to-back stuns. Not sure if they're going to be able to lock down the Windrunner enough, and the answer is yes, because there's the Lich, there's the last hit, and there's the kill. You could just watch the death happen. Windrunner really wishing that they were mashing on that Windrun button. Maybe could have survived, but I'm not sure. Windrun would have of course made it so that the Windrunner wouldn't have been able to be last hit by that auto attack. But not sure if they were mashing that button enough. You gotta really mash that button when you're trying to run away, because if you get that very last second activation, you're not dead. Dagon completed for Puck here. That's very bad news for the enemy team. This thing is doing 800 flat damage by itself. That is a huge chunk out of anyone's health bar. We're going to see the Lich get caught in the secret shop here. Oh, that's not fun. They brought some minions with them, and he is completely trapped. Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh, that was horrible. I don't think he had a blink dagger, so I don't think he was going to be getting out. Yeah, he had no blink dagger. There was no way he was going to be getting out of there. Puck pushing in the top lane here with one of his illusions. Oh my god. Unless that's not his illusion, it's just a blue Puck. I thought he was a little bit more pink in how he presented himself, but no. It looked like an illusion, and that was very odd to find out that it wasn't. Aphex getting a revenge kill on the Crystal Maiden in response to the Lycanthrope getting a kill on his team. Oh, Puck's here. Puck's doing huge damage with that Dagon. We're going to see him reset himself, and there's the kill. No problem. Phase Shift is really just fucking up this Radiant team. They are not prepared for a Phase Shift attack, and that's really a shame. I think that Popcron by now should have a new item. I mean, he had 1,900 gold. No, he still doesn't. He's behind town portals. He doesn't have a new item yet. We're going to see a 2v1 here. Puck dashing in. We're going to see that Q. There it is. Here it comes. Oh, there's the Q. Goes through the enemy. Now he's past him. Jakiro stuck out in the middle of nowhere here. There's the phase shift, unselecting him as a target. We're going to see the Gale go off. And Jakiro trying to run away. Windrunner getting ready for position here. Maybe trying to get a big stun off, but not going to happen. Even though it is off cooldown. Not going to get that stun off. Not sure if I agree with the chase right now. They can't see the enemy. They're very lucky that the enemy is not in a position to fight. We're going to see Puck go in a little bit too far, but not far enough to die. The mechanism definitely helping him stay alive right now. Maybe Puck is trying to bait them out, and it certainly has succeeded. They're going to go into the fight, and there's a big dream coil. For some reason, the Windrunner not interested in fighting. Some extra damage here. I think that Puck's Dagon is off cooldown. It is. We're going to see Puck get a double kill because of that awesome Dagon that he's got at his disposal. Just so much damage coming out of this Puck right now. It's ridiculous how much damage he's capable of doing to this enemy team just by himself. We're going to see them try to get a counter initiation here and try to fight the Windrunner and the Puck, but Puck is going to definitely get away. He teleported back to base. Windrunner didn't have that option, I guess, because they aren't doing it, so they must not have the option. This behavior by the Windrunner right now, turning around every now and then to throw out a power shot, it's worthless. Look at how much damage you did. None. That's not helping. You're not helping the cause here. Windrunner coming in here with Aphex for no reason. They must have forgotten that the lone druid was with him. We got a blue dragon Aphex here. He's going to be doing lots of splash damage. There's the Puck. That's who they wanted to show up. Are we going to see the Dagon in this fight? We might see it. We just might see it. Is it going to get... Come on, use it, baby. No, he's not going to use it. Ooh. Really, he didn't care to get the kill at this point. We're going to watch Deadeye here. Just follow him around. Really, I should just follow the fucking Puck because he's getting all the kills anyway in this game. He's definitely thinking about getting that Lich. He's going in on the Lich. He's got the Lich silenced. The Lich uses Shiva's armor to try to slow the enemy, but not enough to keep him alive. He's going to go down to Puck. And down goes the Crystal Maiden to Aphex's Fire Breath. And I think that that's game. It's going to blow my nose real quick. So, pretty exciting. Definitely looks like this is game right now. They're going to probably try to push to win. We're going to see Dark Art go down here to the Dagon. Ultimate of Popcron. The Dagon looking ultimate of Popcron. Though I think the Puck did use his Dagon there. Puck still keeping an eye on the enemy right now while he's attacking that last structure. Big stun by the Windrunner. Excellent job getting both the bear and the lone druid in one kill. Because when you kill the lone druid, you also kill his bear. We're going to see the buildings go down for the enemy team. One by one, Puck by himself going to attack these barracks, probably going to try to kill them, doing lots of damage to the enemy minions, going to easily kill the minions, and now is taking care of the barracks. Very good play. This definitely looks like the end of the game. We're going to see the Lycanthrope get surrounded and killed because of those minions. Probably shouldn't have went in like he did. Should have had his back to a wall so that it was a little bit harder for him to be surrounded. And Puck getting a last minute kill on that Crystal Maiden again. Crystal Maiden just not having a good game. If you look, they're in the bottom two. The only reason why they're not at the bottom is because they have 4 kills. And they died 20, mind-numbingly high, 20 times. That's going to be the game. We can see the scores and whatnot right now. Puck just absolutely owning that game. 19 kills. That's so many kills by himself and only dying 4 times. Aphex dying 4 times with 7 kills. Lion or Popcron dying 5 times but getting 8 kills and 19 assists. Popcron did pretty good in the game. The Windrunner was way more useful and died a lot less and has a much better item build. Very useful, very good support items here. We can press, no, not the highlights. We can press this and see this. I should see what this highlights button does. Should be pretty interesting to see what that does. But the Crystal Maiden's build has a Shadow Amulet. Not sure if I agree with the Shadow Amulet buy. I would rather get a Ghost Blade, personally, if I was as scared as her. And it looks like, no, not Ghost Blade, a Ghost Scepter, sorry. That's this item. That's what Popcron bought. The Ghost form makes you unable to be attacked, and you take negative 40%? Not sure what that means. I guess you just take extra magic damage. I would assume just 40%, but it says negative 40%, so I'm not sure if that means it's cutting your damage. I don't know. No idea. Don't care. I'm going to see a Mithril Hammer on the Dragon Knight. He was going for something. I think it was a Black King's Bar, and not a bad item on a Dragon Knight. A Black King's Bar is very useful on any melee, and Greg's build is just as silly as his play. He's got the Amulet of Mordigan that I don't think he ever activated in any of the fights, but it definitely helps get those kills when you use it. The star of the game is definitely Puck. Let's see if he's in all of the highlights. Let's take a look at what the highlights are. I'm not sure what will happen here. Okay, should I keep it in? I'll keep it in directed camera and see what happens. So here's the first highlight. Going to the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden with, I think, the first blood of the match. Yeah, getting that really easy kill on the Chaos Knight, aka Greg, the worst player in this game. Player perspective, going to Puck. I'm pretty sure we're going to stay with Puck here. He's going to try to get the kill on the Lich here, but ends up not getting the kill. Going to go down and pick up that rune. Big play. Definitely one of the biggest plays. We're going to see him once again farting. Wow, there's almost an hour of highlights. Well, fuck me. We've got the Puck going in here and doing nothing. Look at this highlight. That's what I'm talking about. Is he going to get some big harass? Let's see the bit. No harass. Sexy Dog, the Windrunner, doing something. Let's see what it is. Definitely looks like a kill. Big power shot. They're trying to get that last hit. Probably going to get it. There it is. Death for bottom lane. Another highlight. Going to Puck here. We're going to see Puck doing lots of damage and killing the Lycanthrope, but then going after that Crystal Maiden, trying to get the last hit. Crystal Maiden almost making out, probably thinking that they're safe, and boom, dead. Big play. Big double kill. Big boys. Deadeye here in defense, getting ready to use that ultimate. There's the ultimate pop, going to bounce around to that minion, so in spite of Puck trying to disable that ultimate, it bounces to a minion and continues, getting Deadeye a double kill because of not only minions, but also that great ultimate placement. We're going to see Greg here with the big play. Here's what happens. He's going to come in. He's going to get that extra stun. He's going to get those extra 3 hits in here. And he's going to run the hell out and somehow get the kill. That's right. He earned it. He did it. That was all him. 100%. We're going to see this highlight go to Puck. Puck right now got the Dream Coil on the enemies. Both of them are stunned. We're going to see Puck go in here. He's going to teleport to the ball. He's going to use his silence. He's going to get the kill on the Crystal Maiden and the Dagon for the double kill in bottom lane. And he's going to run like a motherfucker. This one's going to Greg. Greg right in the fight, getting nothing, actually. Windrunner getting the kill there. What's Greg gonna do? Is he gonna last hit the Ancient? I think he is. There was that last minute kill by Puck, and the last hit on the Ancient goes to Greg, giving him the final highlight of the match. And all the credit went to Puck because he was like 20 kills by the end of the game, and there's no denying that he kicked a lot of butt in this game. Thank you for watching. I do like the highlights function. I think it's really funny. And I will definitely be using it in the future after plays, because then we can see what Gaben thinks the highlights of the matches are. So if you enjoyed this series, just keep watching. If you didn't like how low the graphic settings were, try to find a solution to the frame problem, because this is really the best I can do until there is a solution for the frame problem. So have a good day, and if it's nighttime, go to bed.